Okay, so a lot of people want me to do more talk on what I've gone through, what's been happening, dealing with the targeting and different um, seemingly non-related systems that join with each other in order to create narrative or to back each other up because they're all kind of playing for the same teams. But it's like the Catholic Church protecting its pedophile, preachers. It inherently is self-corrosive, and the first ones to suffer the damages of this are the most vulnerable. If it be school kids, or if it be seniors in a residency, if it's disabled people, whatever it is. So long story short, I came here after taking on a corrupt landlord and, uh, done everything right, won my cases, yet still, there was interference from all city servants up until I got a hold of the director of Ottawa Health and, Minister of Environment because I was being chemically toxified in my apartment. And none of the city servants, none of the city bylaw officers until like the fifth one would actually do their job. Um, so I kind of want to make a point that, when I came here to St. Francois, just over a year ago, for me, it was like I knew this would follow me. All the way here, people made it very clear that they knew or thought they think they know who I am. And the ones that truly know who I am are just, narcissistic, sociopaths anyway, so it doesn't really matter what they think. And then stuff started happening and, incidences, and I brought it up to management 5 times. It's all been predated and documented. And then on top of that, not only was there no resolution because it was by design that I came here. Why is a 44-year-old in a senior's residence? Think, people, read the signs for yourself. Yeah, and then so I ended up here, went into management, they do nothing. I called the owner and basically said, "Hey, can we have a conversation tomorrow?" And he showed up at the meeting like, this is going one of two ways. We're going to kick you out or you're going to leave on your own accord." Oh, I'm sorry, I called you. And all I said is, I'd like to speak to you about something. I never mentioned anything, the bullying, the mistreatment, the slander, the none of this stuff. I just was like, "Hey, can we meet tomorrow? I'm this guy that lives at your residency." Showed up and basically said, "We're going to get rid of you." And I'm like, "You haven't even heard what I had to say." And like an arrogant, self-righteous, ego-based, you know, narcissistic like the rest of them, he just basically talked over me like I was some little lady. Now in the meantime, I've filed with human rights. My worker happens to be the regional Prescott Russell regional director. And she has done nothing other than, "Well, we should move you where you'll be happy." Well, honey, I won't be happy anywhere else because I'm going to still deal with stupid people. I need to stand my ground here. So, a lot of this stuff just, got congested, and they do what most of the time that perps do. They point the finger back at you and say, "No, no, he's the problem," after like agitating you and basically creating circumstances where you react to it, which anyone knows. So, um, let me see. So, I'm definitely gonna have to edit this. In a nutshell, and with this COVID outbreak, and just before the COVID outbreak, which I find really interesting, I started posting the blatant lies that management was saying about me and the fact that he was slandering me to the community, and he was trying to, because he denied it right outright that he was saying that I was not undiagnosed schizophrenic, because that's what they do. These systems, they're like, once you start breaking through and start showing other people what's going on, they call you crazy. They try to institutionalize you, which that's why I wouldn't go to any other residency after my home was burnt down to the ground after beating my landlord. So basically, and so it's always, "Oh, they're the problem," but I had, because I had documented so much shit and I'd filed with the HRC, it's like they can't hold their ground with that. There's been no incident reports in, other than what they're fabricating, obviously. But there's, I have a rapport with a lot of the residents. I had brought stuff up to management. I've been the one to show that I've been trying to create resolution where these people have an agenda. And